So I am going to show you how to remove the glass from a fixed window. This is obviously much easier done when it's laying down. For the most part, if you've cracked your window on your boat, your window is going to be installed. But sometimes you may even be easier to remove your full window and lay it down so that you can get at the glass. So with the window facing down and the trim ring removed, obviously, we've taken this out of the boat. We're going to use a couple tools to remove this glass. Just a normal box knife, either a paint scraper, or in this case I've used a hard piece of our track, which just won't scratch the glass or the frame. And then there's some liquid that we can use that actually is going to help dissolve the silicone. And this is either methyl hydrate. In the USA it's called methyl alcohol, or even rubbing alcohol. Most of these can be purchased at a local Lordco auto store, Canadian Tire, and sometimes just a marine store. This liquid will actually help dissolve the silicone that's used to hold the glass in place. If you have access to suction cups, this will allow you to pull the glass out without breaking the window even more. The first step you're going to do with that window face down is we're going to hit the back of this window with methyl hydrate and with our box knife. So we're going to actually just cut out all of the silicone as much as we can all the way around the window, and even go underneath as much as we can to get that silicone cut away from the glass. Once you've done that, you're going to just soak the window and the corner, the rubber, with the methyl hydrate or methyl alcohol, and just let that sit for a few minutes. Once it starts getting inside, it'll start to dissolve that silicone. Then we're going to flip that window over, and we're now actually going to have the front of that window facing up or facing us, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to take a box knife and just cut away that silicone and potentially even get in. There's a bit of a groove. That glass actually there's a gap between the glass and the inner frame. And if you can get that knife underneath, cutting that out all the way around the window, again, you're going to use some methyl hydrate or methyl alcohol and squirt it. Plenty of this. This will help dissolve that silicone. So this can actually take 3 or 4 minutes for this to start working. But once it actually starts working, this silicone will start to actually disintegrate or start to fall apart. And from there, you're going to use your scraper or a plastic edge or something like that, and you're actually just going to try to dig away at that silicone to get it out. This is quite a process. There's definitely a lot of work. I'm doing a shortcut to show you how it's done, but this can take quite a bit of time for you to dig out that silicone and go all the way around the window using your knife and sticking it into the edge and constantly cutting it away until that silicone and methyl alcohol or methyl hydrate has started to penetrate underneath the glass. Once that's done, that actually glass will start to get a bit loose. And this is where then there's 2 things you can do. You can either start to push at one of the corners to start getting that air bubble underneath it, or you can use one of your suction cups to actually pull. And this can actually help pull it while you're working one of the corners. The best thing to do on this whole thing is to continue to work a portion of the window, either the top part or the side. Get a corner going, because once that glass starts to lift up and the methyl hydrate gets underneath there, the methyl hydrate will run around, and it's much easier with leverage to pull that piece of glass out. This is not an easy process, especially if it's on your boat, but it's definitely can be done. And then once that glass is removed, you should be able to remove that in a whole piece. You can take this piece of glass to any glass shop, anybody that deals with laminate glass, and they can cut you a new piece of glass using the old one to make a pattern and just trace it. And then how to install that and clean that up, you basically do the same thing but reverse it. And that would mean cleaning up with the methyl hydrate all the rubber and butyl tape that's underneath this piece of glass, cleaning that up, and then just inserting that new piece of glass for you. That's it.